Hello everyone, I'm Sumi Sarker. Uh, Today I'm presenting my presentation about developing a trusting and change-friendly leadership climate, establishing a culture of change and promoting risk-taking. As I stand here in front of you today, I want to talk about a subject that is very important in the context of success of organization leadership development. Leadership is not only about holding a title or um, being in a position of power. Rather, it initials motivating and directing people towards the accomplishment of a shared objective. It is about being an example for others to follow, encouraging creativity and cultivating an atmosphere in which people may flourish. As a result of my investigation, I have unearned many important facts and suggestions, all of which I would want to discuss with you today. After doing research on the characteristics of effective leadership, I came to the conclusion that unacceptable leaders have unacceptable leaders have a number of essential characteristics. They welcome openness and responsibility in their operations, seeing failure as chances for learning. They're humble, steady in their foundation, and adaptable to new circumstance. They're analytical thinker who are always on the lookout for novel approaches. In addition to this, they inspire others to take initiatives which contributes to development of corporations and feeling of ownerships. But leadership is much more than just individual characteristics. It's also about performing certain behavior that causes and Posner's describes as the five practices exemplary leaderships. These practices may be broken down into five categories. To being leaders set an example for followers by demonstrating the principles they espouse and by creating unambiguous benchmarks. They motivate people by articulating a compelling vision for the failure and working together to define important objectives. They take certain risks in the shake of advancement while also introducing new ideas. They established a culture of trust and empowerment in this around them by encouraging encouraging people to take initiatives. And lastly, they cultivate team spirit by providing consistent support, recognizing and applauding the work of members of their team. When one considers this data, it becomes unabundantly evident that successful leaders calls for a synergy of one's own characteristics, talents, and actions. Leaders that exhibit these characteristics have a beneficial effect on the businesses in which they work as well as the teams they oversee. They make the atmosphere conducive to development, creativity, and achievement in all areas. The question now is, what can we do improve our capacity as leaders? It all being with an honest evaluation of oneself and an openness to receiving input from others. It is necessary for us to recognize both our existing strengths and the areas in which we may develop. It is important for us to uh, articulate our fundamental benefits and draft a mission statement that is congruent with our objective and philosophies. we may continue to improve our leadership abilities and make progress toward our personal development if we create subjective objective of the that of both smart and challenging. And here's my references. And uh, in conclusion, I will say, in conclusion, I would say leadership is the primary factors that that contributes to the successes of a company. Success of a company. It calls for one of kind, a kind of one's of own attributes, talents, and behaviors. It is possible for us to have a position, influence, and of the teams and organization that we are part of if we adopt the characteristics of effective leaderships and put into practice in the 5 practices of exemplary leaderships. Let us make it priority to continue our education and develop as leaders so that we can create an atmosphere in which both people organization may thrive. Thank you so much.